Today's Living Word with Pastor Arlene.
Today, let's look at Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. We saw yesterday that when you fall into divers temptations, tests, and trial, we're to count it all joy. Let's look at how Jesus handled the temptation, test, and trial that he had. In Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, we read, "Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." So one, Jesus authored our faith. He finished our faith. The faith you have is the measure of faith, which is God's faith. Who, for the joy that was set before him, joy, strength, the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest you be wearied and faint in your minds. Once again, we saw last week, we're not to grow weary and faint, and that fainting is in our mind. And here we see one of the keys that Jesus had to go through what he went through. He didn't faint in his mind. So how did Jesus run his race? And we see here who, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the suffering and the pain that no one else ever has. Every sickness, every disease was put on him. He paid the whole curse of the law. Despising there, he despised the shame. And we think, oh, he was so upset with it, and he was so annoyed with it. But really, when you go into the Greek word, it means to think against. So in other words, he wasn't focused on the shame. He de-esteemed. He didn't make the shame that he was having to go through big in his life. It was small compared to the joy that was set before him. And it says, count it all joy. We use Jesus as our example and what he did. So he de-esteemed. It wasn't important to him what he was going through. The joy that was before him was greater than anything else. Thank you for joining us today.